When we talk about giants of African music, one name echoes louder than most. Youssou N'Dour, known across the world as the king of Mbalax, his voice carried the heartbeat of Senegal to every corner of the globe. From the sandy streets of Dakar to the bright lights of global stages, his journey is one of passion, purpose, and perseverance. Youssou N'Dour's story isn't just about fame. It's about a man who used his gift to unite people, inspire generations, and redefine what it meant to be an African in the modern world. This is the incredible journey of Youssou N'Dour, the voice of Africa. Youssou N'Dour was born on October 1st, 1959, in Medina, a vibrant and tight-knit community in Dakar. Senegal was at the edge of a new era. Independence was fresh, and people were discovering the national voice. In those early years, music was everywhere. Drums echoed through the streets, Croats told stories of heroes and kings, and families gathered around radios to listen to the new local sounds. Youssou grew up surrounded by this rhythm of life. His mother, Ndeye Sokna Mbop, was a Croat, a respected storyteller and keeper of oral traditions. In West Africa, Croats are the living libraries of their people. They use songs to pass down lessons, family histories, and wisdom. This heritage became Youssou's foundation. He didn't just sing, he carried the voice of his ancestors. And by the time he was 12 years old, Youssou was already performing at neighborhood ceremonies, weddings, and street gatherings. People were so amazed by his voice because it was smooth, powerful, and filled with emotions far beyond his age. And at just 15, he joined the famous Star Band of Dakar, a group that was shaping the sound of modern Senegal music. It was here that he learned discipline, stagecraft, and how to blend Wolof music with modern instruments. An interesting fact about the Star Band of Senegal was that it was like a musical university. Many of Senegal's biggest stars, including members of the Orchestra Boabat, which was a big band in Senegal, started in the Star Band of Senegal. So it was a huge deal to be a member of such a band at the time. The 1970s in Dakar were full of energy. Young people wanted something new, a sound that reflected their identity. They loved the Saba drums from their parents' generation, but they were also listening to Cuban rumba, Congolese soukous, reggae, and American funk. From this mix, a new rhythm was born, Mbalax. Mbalax blended the traditional Wolof Saba beats with electric guitars, keyboards, and brass horns. It was fast, emotional, and deeply spiritual, and leading this revolution was Youssou N'Dour. In 1979, after creative differences with Star Band, Youssou and a few members formed a band called Étoile de Dakar. The group immediately caught everyone's attention. Their songs spoke directly to struggles and dreams of ordinary Senegalese people. Tracks like Tiopa Tioli and Zalix weren't just catchy tunes, they were reflections of real life, They talked about money, migration, and social change, connecting deeply with the Senegalese youth. Youssou's voice cut through every barrier. It was sharp, yet soulful, fiery, yet tender. His singing could make you dance, cry, or reflect, sometimes all in one song. And by the early 1980s, he wasn't just a musician, he was the voice of a generation. Let me put in some historic context here. The 1960s, 70s was post-independence Africa, and music became a tool of resistance and unity because artists like Youssou N'Dour used their art to restore pride in African identity, and they were pushing back against colonial influences through rhythms and words. At the time, this was going on in Senegal, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, South Africa, and most especially Congo. So it wasn't just happening in Senegal. In 1981, Youssou N'Dour took a bold step that would forever change the sound of African music. He formed his own band named Super Étoile de Dakar, which means Superstars of Dakar, bringing together some of the finest musicians in Senegal. Among them guitarist Jimmy Mbaye, percussionist Hassan Thiam, and bassist Habib Faye. This band became more than a musical group. It was a movement. Together, they refined and electrified the Mbalax sound, blending traditional Saba rhythms with electric guitars, keyboards, and brass sections that gave their songs both emotional power and irresistible dance energy. Super Étoile quickly became Senegal's most popular band. Their concerts were legendary, long, energetic nights where thousands danced under the sky. The band wasn't just performing songs, they were telling stories of ordinary Senegalese life, which were of love, migration, struggle, and hope. Their lyrics carried messages of pride, perseverance, and social unity. In a country where radio and television were still limited, their music became a cultural newspaper that everyone could sing along. And as the 1980s progressed, Youssou's fame spread across Africa. He toured neighboring countries, performing in Mali, the Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire, and Guinea. And wherever he went, people saw something rare. A performer who combined ancestral tradition with a bold modern vision. Western journalists began calling him the African voice of the future. His big break into international stage came in 1986 when British rock legend Peter Gabriel invited him to collaborate on the song In Your Eyes. Gabriel first heard Youssou's voice during a concert in Paris and was captivated by its clarity and emotional depth. Youssou joined Peter Gabriel's Human Rights Now World Tour alongside Sting, Bruce Springsteen, and Tracy Chapman, performing in front of tens of thousands in Europe, Asia, and Americas. In the West, This was their first direct experience with authentic African sound, and they were mesmerized. After the tour, Youssou released several international albums, including Immigré in 1984, Nelson Mandela in 1986, and The Lion 1989, each blending Mbalax with pop, reggae, and soul influences. Songs like Immigré Bitim New addressed the experience of African workers living abroad, combining a strong social message with infectious rhythms. The music was deeply African but also global, proof that traditional rhythms could live comfortably alongside electric guitars and synthesizers. By the early 1990s, Youssou N'Dour had become one of Africa's biggest international stars. He signed with major labels like Virgin Records, worked with producers from London to Los Angeles, and brought his distinct Senegalese flair to world music festivals everywhere. In 1992, his album Set was released, combining sharp political lyrics with dance floor beats, and it became one of the most celebrated works in Africa. Then came the song that made him a household name across continents. 7 Seconds, released in 1994. This duet with Swedish singer Nene Cherry was more than a hit. It was a global anthem. Sung in Wolof, French and English, it carried a universal message about racial harmony, innocence and humanity. The song dominated charts worldwide, reaching number 1 in more than 20 countries and stayed at the top of the French chart for an unprecedented 16 weeks. It won the MTV Europe Music Award for Best Song, multiple World Music Awards, and earned critical praise for its message of peace. The success of 7 Seconds opened countless doors. Youssou appeared on major TV programs, collaborated with global icons like Peter Paul Simon, Wyclef Jean, and Tracy Chapman, and performed at world events such as Live Aid, the World Cup opening ceremony, and numerous UNICEF charity concerts. He became not just a musician, but a cultural ambassador, someone who could stand before any audience and proudly represent Africa's modern identity. Even as he conquered the international stage, Youssou never lost touch with home. He continued to perform regularly in Dakar, maintaining his roots and keeping Mbalax alive. His concerts, especially annual Grand Bal, became a spiritual celebration, nights where generations gathered to dance, reflect, and feel connected to their culture. For Youssou N'Dour, success was never about fame or award. He believed that music carried a responsibility, which was to inform, to heal, and to inspire change. Throughout his career, Youssou used his platform to champion causes close to his heart. He became a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, raising awareness about HIV/AIDS, child labor, and education. He even organized benefit concerts and supported microfinance initiatives across Senegal and used his media network to promote unity across Africa. In 2004, Time magazine listed him among the 100 most influential people in the world. That was a great achievement for him, recognizing not just his artistry, but his activism. But Youssou wanted to take that influence further, and in 2012, he made a bold move, announcing his candidacy for the presidency of Senegal. This was huge at the time because no one had done this before him in Senegal. His campaign focused on empowering young people, promoting transparency, and supporting the creative industries. Although his candidacy was disqualified due to technical reasons, Youssou didn't give up. He later served as Minister of Tourism and Culture, using his position to promote Senegalese heritage and cultural tourism. Through it all, he remained humble, a man of the people, whose voice never stopped speaking for justice. Over more than 4 decades, Youssou N'Dour has built a legacy that goes far beyond his music, one that blends art, activism, and business. His work has earned him countless honors, but more importantly, it has given Africa a global voice. In 2002, he received the Prince Claus Award for his contribution to cultural and development in Africa, followed by UNESCO Music Prize Award in 2004 for his effort to promote peace and social change through art. The following year, he won the Grammy Award for the Best Contemporary World Music Album for Egypt, a deeply spiritual project that combined Senegalese rhythm with Islamic devotional music, a bold artistic statement that helped redefine world music. In 2013, Youssou was honored with the Polar Music Prize, often called the Nobel of Music, recognizing him as a modern poet whose voice connects continents. 4 years later, in 2017, he received Japan's Premium Imperial Award for Music, one of the highest global distinctions in art. In 2022, Songlines magazine named him their World's Pioneer Award recipient for his lifelong dedication to bridging cultures. And in 2024, he was awarded the Honorary Doctorate of Music from the Berklee College of Music, Valencia campus, a fitting tribute to a man whose music continues to educate and inspire the world. But Youssou's story doesn't end with awards. Even in his 60s, he remains full of creative fire. In 2025, he released a new album titled Éclaire le Monde, which means Light the World, a project that blends traditional Mbalax rhythms with modern global sounds and messages about unity. The album features collaborations with young African musicians and international artists, showing that Youssou still believes in nurturing the next generation. He also embarks on a world tour with Super Étoile de Dakar, performing in major cities across Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, proving that his energy and passion remains as strong as forever. The release of his album was briefly postponed earlier in 2025 out of respect for the passing of his longtime guitarist, Jimmy Mbaye, a gesture that reminded fans of Youssou's loyalty and humanity. But beyond music, Youssou continues to influence Senegal's media and political landscape through his company, Groupe Futur Media, which includes television, radio, and newspaper. His platform amplifies African voices, promotes cultural pride, and gives young journalists and artists opportunities to thrive. He remains a tireless advocate for education, social justice, and development.
wala sax di bam fu ne yi feeñ dama leen di teete wax ni mu ma neex ma bëgg ni daf may dégg ko ne mel ni du ma mag daf may dégg ko ne mel ni du ma mag.
Over the years, Youssou's influence has rippled through every corner of the music world. He opened doors for artists like Akon, Burna Boy, Wizkid, and many others now who take African sound to global audiences. His voice, often called the most beautiful sound to come out of Africa, has become a symbol of pride and possibilities. Rolling Stone magazine once listed him among the 100 greatest singers of all time, and audiences everywhere continue to celebrate him, not just as a performer, but as a bridge between tradition and modernity. From local Groits ceremonies to Grammy stages, Youssou N'Dour has shown that African music is not confined by borders. It speaks to the soul of humanity itself. Even today, his story continues to unfold. Every performance, every collaboration, and every message he shares reinforces the same belief he carried since childhood, that music is more than sound. It is a force for unity, healing, and hope. Through his voice, Youssou N'Dour continues to light the world. If you like content like this, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
We should be using all the ones who practice wicked charm.